real running conversations.
I said I'm running for the city. I got the new word in my view. I got the new word in my view. Oh, my journey I pursue. Oh, I'm running for the city. I got the new word in my view.
They ain't got no muscle, no hustle, no backbone. I stand alone.
It's the same thing in Oklahoma. We also do that.
Dude, it's like they've never seen snow. Virginia kind of sucks. It's a great state, but it kind of sucks because like we do get cold weather, but and you like we're kind of considered south and we're kind of considered the north. We're like the mid-Atlantic is just like its weird own little like world. So
Right.
it's a transient area because everyone wants to like, work in DC and stuff like that. So like we don't really. It's just we're kind of like nomads. Like I was born and raised here, but like that I have an interesting perspective because most of my friends moved away.
Right.
I think I've just adopted like another state's or city's personality. Like I guess you would like some people identify with DC or just like Richmond or like stuff like that. But like yeah, I think like people that grew up here like in the 90s, we're just confused, man. We don't know what to make of all this. It's just it's like yeah, we're like it's no man's land basically.
Right. Oh man, that's funny. Well, so my initial question, John, is so what I mean, as runners, we run, or that's what people see us doing, right? But I mean, we also probably have other activities, other things that we do. So, and we have, jobs, we have lives outside of running. So tell us about you. Like, what other activities do you do besides running? Like, what's your day job? Like, what do you do? What do you
So
enjoy other than running?
basically, I'm other than running, I'm a dance dad, man. Like, I'll be honest with
Oh,
you, like,
yes,
I
nice.
don't have a career. Like, I just basically work part-time jobs, like, kind of like, especially this year, man, because like my daughter, she switched schools and stuff like that, and she's heavily involved in dance, dude. I've switched around like a few different jobs this year, like part-time work, just to yeah, I don't have a career. I just kind of like work where I can,
Right.
just to make
No,
ends
I
meet.
get it, man.
Yeah, because like
You
my
just do what you got to do, right?
yeah, and I'll be honest with you, man. Like right now, I don't care about a career, man. I just want to make sure my kid's okay and just focus on myself, dude. Like, I mean, I know that might sound crazy to some people, but it's just
Oh,
having a career is not a priority. I don't want to make somebody else rich. I don't really care. I'd rather focus on myself and my kid, of
right.
course.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. Hey, that's awesome. I mean, your kids are your kids, so
Yep.
you gotta,
You only
you
get
know
one
what I'm
shot,
saying?
man. One shot.
Right? It's about sacrificing for them. So I
Hmm.
get it. Um, so tell us what's your running story, man? So because I love this. This is my favorite, absolute favorite question that I love asking people because there's such a variety and diversity of answers, but sometimes more times than not it does relate to like, well, I started running because I was an alcoholic, or I started running because like I have past like childhood traumas. I started running because in honor, I lost somebody in my family and I run in honor of them. That motivates me. So I just think that's I love this question. So why don't you just tell us, I'll shut up. Why don't you tell us why you started running? What's your running story? What's your running journey been like?
I'm gonna say it like this, man. It's all the above what you just mentioned. Yeah, no,
A
seriously,
little bit of
I'm a broken
everything.
guy, man, and I feel like a lot of ultra runners are the same way, man. I mean, there's some people that, fortunately didn't go through like a lot of trauma and, dark times, but I, I'm one of those people, like I think that in some weird way, ultra running helps me, just kind of work through some of that stuff. And it's weird how I got into it. So like, you know, I quit drinking. I basically I was forced to by the law. I got a couple DUIs, and then
Okay.
I had my daughter, and my life started to change. I started cleaning up and stopped drinking and stuff like that. But then I went through divorce, and at that point, I needed something else, and I just started training to run a marathon. I jumped from like just doing like 5Ks with the family, just messing around, like no like
Mhm.
no like really like drive or ambition with it, just messing around. It's running marathons. Then what really got me though into running is like when I started doing the ultras, like meeting the people in the ultra community because they're just like they're different, and I felt like I know like everyone says this, but like it's true. I never really like could relate to many people. I just felt like an outcast and just kind of I couldn't find my tribe, and they're me. I mean, I relate a lot to them from like past trauma and stuff like that. But then also like I feel this vibe I had with people in the military because like in the military you're forced to hang out with people from all over the country and like the world even, and like some dark humor in situations that you don't want to have to do, like stuff you have to do at sea and stuff like that, being alone, being isolated, like being in the woods and stuff.
Right.
So I found like a common bond to that. It just, I don't know what it is about ultras. I just, and it may not be like that for everybody, but for me, like, I just really, it just to be alongside them, like the people in the community, I want to do the hardest races just to meet the different people out there and talk to them about what they, what makes them tick and stuff like that. I find them so fascinating and just refreshing.
Right. Yeah, no, man, that's awesome. I feel like there's just the bond, right? There's a
Hmm.
bond, or like somebody, like somebody in the community like looks at you and you're like, oh, hey, like you don't know a stranger, more or
Yeah.
less.
I
Like
mean,
we're
like, it's
all there
almost
for
like,
the
it's
same
almost
thing.
like telepathic, dude. Like you just kind of
Yeah.
mentioned, man, like people I have no like idea like know nothing about, like I'll just like become like best friends with them like right off the bat, like we even sing a few things, like or if like I find out they were in the Navy and they run, like right off the bat we have so many connections with that, and so many like more than likely a lot of hardships, a lot of heartbreak, and a lot of like crazy tales, a lot of insanity, so like we bond right away.
Right. Well, you mentioned military, which thank you for your service,
Oh,
man.
thank you.
Um, uh, what was there running? I mean, obviously there was.
This is it. No, this is
That's a
funny.
stupid
Like
question.
this
That
might have
is
been
the
the
most, has to be the dumbest question that I've
no, no, no,
ever
it's valid,
asked
man.
on this podcast. Was there running?
No, no, it's
Did you do
valid. It's
running in the
valid, man.
military?
Let me tell you, dude, because like the running in the Navy is funny. It's almost like ultra running because the people in the Navy are wild and they're crazy. So when it's time to
Mhm.
make them run, because they don't want to run to begin with, they're on ships. Where are they gonna run the ship other than the treadmill? They're not running. So like when you actually have to do like the PRT, like the physical readiness test, dude, there's people smoking cigarettes, hungover from the night before, man. At least when I was in, I know they're trying to clean up the image and stuff, but that's the Navy, dude. I mean, like, drink to the foam. That's how people act. That's the mantra, and that's how people live, man. So it's when you get them all having to do like exercise, it's just funny. There's varying levels of physical readiness, and there's a lot of comedy out there.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, okay, so what year did you start? Okay, so let's back up and talk about like when, like the moment that you, well, and you kind of hit this, but what was the moment that you had in your running journey where you're like, okay, I can do this on a consistent basis. Like this can be something that I do for a long, long time.
That's really interesting that you bring that up. Like, can I be being totally honest? I'm not sure that ever happened. Like, I just kind of like, and
Right.
if you look at like my like how much I run races. I don't think I ever had that conversation with myself. I think I just like got on immediately and was like, I need this, and I just kept doing it. I don't even think I put thought into that. Like, I mean, I've done a lot of races, and I think I just like, it was more just something I latched onto just because I loved it. I love the people, and I didn't even look at it like that, man. Like a lot of times, like I don't even know how many races I've done, and I've done a lot of like underground races where there's not a result. I'm always for the next one. I always look at it that way. I've never really been like, I mean, I question the why a little bit. I never actually like thought like, hey, I'm gonna do this for, X amount of years and stuff. I think the only time I really think about that is with the JFK 50 miler, because the reason why I do that race is really like based in history and stuff. It's America's oldest ultra marathon. And like
Right.
when you do the race, they give you like a book of all like the stats and stuff, like people's longest time on the course, like any kind of stat you can really think about is in this book. So like ever since I did it for the first time in 2018, I was thinking like I want to be in there. I want to have like 37 finishes or whatever. I've got five now, but so I've got a ways to go. So I think that's
Yeah.
probably my only barometer about like how long I want to run for, and like, maybe to answer your question, JFK was the when I did that in 2018, because like that's, I think when you think about time and numbers and stuff like that, for me that race resonates with longevity in the sport. I think about all the other runners that have done that forever. And yeah, I want to be like that, man. If I leave any kind of mark, I think it's through JFK. That's what I'd like to do.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, and I appreciate and I respect that answer because I feel like it was just more of a like this was a lifeline for you, or
Mm.
this was a you know what I'm saying? Like this was a raft for you like, that was thrown out, this running thing, right? I mean,
It's like medicine, man. I finally found the prescription, man. It was in the closet back in the corner, but I found it, dude.
yeah, yeah, that's awesome. So okay, so let's talk about I don't know, man. You see a lot of times like our best moments and the things that only we want to share, you know, as far as like social media and stuff like that. And more times than not, like I said, we see the best moments, but we don't see the lowest moments. But kind of share with us a little bit like what has been your high as far as running and what's been your lowest low.
Oof. So like I'm like this, man. I post the good and the bad. I post every DNF. I don't stray away from that.
Right.
I
Yeah,
may
and
over
that's awesome. Listen,
yeah,
that's awesome. That right there is to be commended because I don't know, man. We don't always do that, you know?
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna post in my mind, if you're gonna post the good, you gotta post the bad.
Right.
And I mean, you could even accuse me of oversharing. I mean, earlier in the year, I went through a really messy breakup. I went to a really dark place, and I haven't finished a 100 miler since then. Like last time I finished a 100 miler was in like I think April last year. I mean, I've done a bunch of races since then. Like a lot of like pretty impressive stuff this year. But I have uh, I have a 100 miler tomorrow in the snow and all this stuff out here, and hopefully I can get my one finished for this year. I think that would be a huge mark for me to rebound. But yeah, I mean, like I share the good, the bad, and I think that kind of helps me out. Putting it out there and helps other people know that like, hey, we're all struggling.
Right.
You can't like, you can't just celebrate the victories. You have to look at the whole journey. And I feel like for people to see you succeed, like coming back from the dead like that, man, or just low points, like just like pathetic
Right.
low points and stuff like that, man, to see somebody like overachieve that gives hope to others, man. So I look for that. I appreciate people that do that with that when I see it on social media. So I try to put it out there too. And I know sometimes it can get like kind of gnarly and stuff like that. But again, I think that in this day and age, a lot of people just don't want to address that. And I think that it's refreshing to see.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey there, it's Felipe here, founder of RunSlick. Look, if you run long enough, something's gonna start wrapping. Thighs, arms, waistbands, underbra line, tack straps. Doesn't matter how tough you are, friction always wins. I tried all the usual stuff. Lotions, balms, whatever. Half of them felt greasy, the other half stained my shirts, and none of them actually lasted a full race. So I just said, screw it. Let's build something new, something from scratch. RunSlick is a fabric-safe, sweat-proof, anti-friction shield. It's not a balm, not a lotion. It's basically skin gear for people who move wild. If you're stacking miles, training for a race, or living on the trails, give yourself one less problem to worry about. If it rubs, run slick on it. We launch on December 2nd, and Thomas will have a discount code for you. Because if you're listening to this podcast, you're exactly who I built this for.
Man, I so agree. Um okay, the 100 miler for tomorrow. This is kind of a out of this one of the plan, not a plan question, but we just go with it. Are you looking to like is there time wise or are you just looking to finish?
So I hate this park. I mean, I've done this race many times. I've been going to this
Uh-huh.
park since I was a Cub Scout, man. I don't know what it is. I just can't run there. Like I trip over everything, and the course is gonna be covered in snow tomorrow. So like me and my dude Ben Nellette, me and him are just gonna try to finish under 30 hours. Cutoff is 32 hours. We're just gonna go out there. I mean, I've had some faster times this year, but I going back to not being able to finish 100 this year. I just want to finish, man. And doing 100 in the snow and stuff like that, I don't care about the time. I just want to finish and
Right.
be able to. I feel like if I can finish it, it would be a huge moment for me because I had so many issues with 100 milers this year. I DNF'd the 200 miler and I think 300 other 100 milers this year. Yeah, I finished a lot of races this year, but I don't know what it is, man. The 100 milers and like the 200 miler really got to me, and was at some low places when I attempted them also. So I'm in much better shape now, and I think I got it.
Right. Well, I know for me personally, and I listen, I'm not in your world. I'm not in the ultra world, but I know for me, it's not an issue of time. I just want to finish. And I wonder, like for you and others that are into the ultra thing, if it kind of does shift to that. If you're like, I don't, like I don't give a care about my time. I just want to finish. Like I'm just going out just to finish.
So I'm like this, man. I'm in sometimes I can be in the front of the pack, sometimes I can be in the middle, sometimes I can be in the back. It just kind of depends on the race. Again, I've got a
Right.
lot of history at this park. I've never been a really great runner at it. I'd be happy to finish here. I mean, if I get motivated at a race like at JFK, I ran a 8 hour and 5 minute 50 miler. So like I can do some faster stuff. I mean, I'm not like an elite runner, but I can do some faster stuff. But if when
Right.
I'm motivated and like JFK, like I said, I get fired up with that race. So I'm gonna go fast on that one every time. Most of the time though, I just chill, man. I kind of do my own thing. I'm not
Yeah.
really trying to like cook on every race and try to beat people. I don't really I mean, that stuff doesn't really do it for me. And I'll be honest with you, like I find it toxic myself. Like if you're just like so super wrapped up in being fast and like beating people and like comparing yourself to others and trying to like outdo people and self-promoting, I think that's kind of toxic. I mean, if that's your thing, cool. I'm not going to knock you for it. Each his own. Um,
Yeah.
so I mean, that's why, to be completely honest with you, that's why I do the ultras over doing like the road races because I'm guilty of it too. If I do too many fast races and hang with like people that are just have that mindset, that's how I become too. And I don't like being like that. I want to be cool.
Yeah. So specifically, like, okay, so for tomorrow, I just want to enlighten some of the people that listen to this podcast if they're not in that ultra world, like myself. So like how many stops? Like how do you, what's the specifics? Like, do you, like how many stops do you have? How many do you stop? I mean, I mean, obviously you take walk breaks probably,
Oh yeah.
right?
So
Yeah. I
for
mean,
me,
you
I'm
have,
like this,
right?
man. I think the plan for tomorrow, we're gonna go somewhat fast on the first loop because the thing is this, it's gonna be
Okay.
cold in the morning,
Right.
and like, but it's also gonna be a challenge because the course probably isn't going to have anyone walking on it for like today because of the snow. So we're going to have to take
Mhm.
it kind of easy at the same time. But like because it's cold, the mentality for me is like kind of do like the first loop kind of quick to stay warm until
Right.
it
And
warms up.
when you say first loop, are you talking about
So
how many miles are you talking about? Like half or what? Or
this course is broken up into I think four different loops. The first one we go slightly
okay.
longer. I think it's like 21, 22 miles. And then the
Okay.
rest, the next three, I think are 19. So like in order to stay ahead of cutoffs, like me personally, when I run an ultra, I like to do like not to the point I'm gonna like bonk out or anything, but try to get like the first little bit of an ultra done faster, like the first like 20 or so miles, because then you can
Right.
start slacking off from there. Or
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going fast, then you want to be consistent as you can the whole time. But let's be honest, if you're going all out for a race, you're probably gonna dip up a little bit. But for me, man, like tomorrow, Ben and I, we're gonna keep it pretty easy. I mean, like this may sound slow to some people, but like we're probably just the goal mainly is to like, you know, not go below an 18-minute pace at any time, unless like, we have to go in and stop at an aid station. I
Right.
believe there's four aid stations on every loop, and those
Okay.
like yeah, those can like drag you down. So you got to be careful about those. Just spend a few minutes at the aid stations. But yeah, we don't want to at any point if we're going below 18, unless we're like climbing up like a hill or something like that. We want to try to do better than the 18-minute pace. But then if we can, you know, I don't know how runnable it's going to be with the snow at first anyway. I'd say like, on the first loop, we were going to try to do like 10 to 15-minute pace, like around that area. But again, I think we're going to have to feel this out because I haven't done any snow running this year pretty much other than like on the road and stuff like that. Some trails early on in the year in January, but like I'm gonna be honest, man. I had such a traumatic, like, beginning of the year. I don't even remember that shit, man. So this is gonna be an interesting time. So like,
Right.
I don't know how fast. And that's why I like ultras too, like because like the things happen out of nowhere, like the snow and stuff like that. You just have to kind of see where you're at that morning. engage it from there. It's gonna be interesting.
Right? Yeah. Well, I look forward to finding out, man, how it goes for you.
Yeah,
Um, and man, kudos to you, props to you, man. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that.
tracking's
Um,
out there too. So if you do want to follow me, it's there. You can see.
right. Um, okay, so kind of leads into the next thing here. What I don't know, man, as far as like encouraging like new runners, people that have just gotten into it and found out that they love it, they want to be consistent with it. Like what would you tell them to do, and maybe what would you not tell them to do? Tell
So
them not to do.
for me, I would say, you know, look internally and not towards others. Like I mean, the run clubs are
Right.
cool, but I think the problem with the run club is like going back to Strava and stuff like that. We lose ourselves in that shit, man. We lose track in our goals and what we're trying to do with running and become something else. I highly recommend people just to like look internally and what you want to do with running. Like, don't worry about them. And, if you want to run the Boston Marathon, cool. If you want to go ultra and like try to get into like, Badwater or Barkley or something, or whatever your race is, man. I mean, like, if you want to just run a 5K, run a 5K. Don't feel the pressure to do the marathon. I think the problem is like we're just so like how can I say this? I don't want to offend anybody or anything like that, but I feel like we're just like
Listen, these are real running conversations for a
yeah.
reason, because they're
Well,
real.
and I think we need to have that conversation. I mean, like, like we can be such copycats, myself included, man. We get so addicted to what other people do in this, in the running community. We forget ourselves, and it's happened to me constantly, and especially like if you date a runner, I mean, like that, you can completely lose yourself in that and what you want to do in your dreams. So, like, I really encourage others to focus on what you want to do with it and don't get distracted. Even if you start dating a runner or something like that, don't lose yourself in that. Stay true to who you are and don't compromise that no matter what.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Good advice. I agree completely. All right. So are you ready for some rapid fire run questions here?
Let's go.
All right. So 2 minutes, John. 2 minutes. 2 minutes for 10 questions. And you know what I mean, man? Just whatever pops into your head.
Oh,
Like
stuff will pop in there.
you seem like a person that does that, right?
I've got thoughts.
Right? So whatever pops into your head, I'm gonna set a timer for 2 minutes and we'll see.
Let's go.
And yeah, not a big deal, man. These are just fun questions. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. If your shoes could talk, what would they say to you?
Put me down. Put me on my misery, John. What are you doing to me?
All right. Would you rather have unlimited free shoes or unlimited free race entries?
Ooh, race entries.
Race entries?
I review shoes, so I can get those, but the race entries I do not have. I don't have a steady stream of those.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice. If you had to name your running style
Cool.
after an animal or your form or whatever you want to go with here on this question, what would it be and why?
Hamster style. I love the movie Orgasmo, and that's what I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you know this movie, cool. If you don't, let's just leave it at that.
Right? Okay. Awesome. Okay, so do you listen to other podcasts or you listen to music while you run?
I listen to the sound of my feet hitting the ground. I'm weird
Okay.
like that. I'm deep in
Okay.
my head. I used to listen to a lot of heavy metal. I can't even talk. Heavy metal when I run. Now, when I drive, I listen to podcasts, mainly sports and stuff like that. But I'm weird. I can't listen to running podcasts when I drive. I have to listen to like Bill Simmons or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, okay, we got about a minute left. Weirdest thing that you've ever seen on a run? Just be honest. This one's fun, I think.
There was some kids having some lewd acts on each other. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Okay. All right.
You can't avoid it, man. At some point, you're gonna see sketchy stuff on runs, man. It sucks, but you put yourself out there, and that's what it is.
Right. Exactly. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna like that question, I think, to ask people. Uh, okay, what's a running myth that you have debunked or that you disagree with completely?
I mean, all of them. Running's bad for your knees. Just take your pick, man. Like all that stuff. I mean, like anyone that tells me I'm like, okay, so you don't PT, you don't go to the gym or anything else. Or another thing is like, I don't want to get big from doing heavy lifting and stuff like that. That's bullshit. Just because I mean, like if you're
Right.
not doing that stuff, you're gonna get injured anyway. I learned all that the hard way. So just yeah, runners that don't want to go to the gym for all that those bullshit reasons. That's why your knees hurt. All right, that's why your knees hurt.
Right. Yeah. Not because knees hurting during running is a
Yeah,
normal
if you,
thing,
of
but
course
it's
they hurt
because
because you don't do any PT or core or any of that shit because you're just running.
right.
Duh.
Yes. Yes, I agree. Pre-run, any pre-run rituals like superstition type things that you have on race day or I don't know, on
I'm
a
not like
normal
a
run?
baseball player like that. I mean, like of course, like everyone else, have to go to the bathroom. I love coffee. I pretty much drink coffee before, after, and during runs.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably need to tone that down. But yeah, I'm very ritualistic with coffee. I love it. I'm a huge fan. I don't care. The only one I don't like, and I'm probably get some shit for this, I don't like Dunkin' coffee. I don't know what it is. I don't like Dunkin'.
See, I'm not a coffee drinker. So you say that and I'm like, I
I
don't
live with
know.
I live with it,
I
man. I live on it.
um but I mean Dunkin' Donuts, I love. Any kind of donut, I'm there.
See, I can do the donut, but like Dunkin' coffee, can't, man. It's just
Right.
not doesn't
Not
doesn't
doesn't work for you.
doesn't jive with me, man.
Okay. Favorite race distance.
Ooh, 100 miler, easy.
Okay. Good one. Favorite running shoe currently
Right,
or in the past?
right now, I love Craft. Everything Craft is doing, I want it. I want it. I love it. I just reviewed the Explorer Pro and
Okay.
Pro, sorry, and the shoe looks cool. It's real versatile. That was my favorite shoe I reviewed this year. It's an amazing shoe. The Craft Explorer
Awesome.
Pro. That's my jam right now.
Okay. All right. So this one is a good one too. And we're already over the time. That's okay.
No.
You only yeah. Sorry, man, you didn't make it.
Ah.
But if you would have made it, you don't get anything anyway. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Our budget is not very high on this
It's okay. We can
podcast.
we can we can get it
Uh,
out there, man.
you only have one more run in you. That just one more. Like that's it. Like you gotta hang it up because your knees are hurting. No, I'm
Oh,
just kidding. That's a joke.
I didn't do my PT. I let it
Yeah,
go
yeah,
too long.
yeah. Yeah. So you only got one more run in you. What distance? I'm probably gonna guess the distance is gonna be 100.
Hmm.
What distance and where? Where do you do it?
So
Location wise.
the two runs, it's two of them. I have to do two because I like these races both equally. Badwater 135. I've always wanted to run that, or the Barkley Marathons if I could get into that. That's a really coveted race to get into. Those are my two favorite races. I've always wanted to get into those. Hopefully, at one point, I will be able to do both those races. But yeah, man, definitely just because they're iconic. They're brutal. You're hallucinating on them. You can't. No matter what, no matter how good of a runner you are, you're not prepared. They're just amazing adventures, and that's the thing, man. Like I always want to get to the point where I could do a major adventure like that. And the barrier now I need to cross to get into one of those is like, financial and then just, stuff like that. But yeah, I hope I get to do one of those, man. Those are those are the ones that you tell your family when you're on that deathbed. You're like, I did that. I was there. Like
I
that's what you
was
take with
there.
you to the
Yeah.
grave. Yeah.
You kids don't know anything these days.
You
Like
had
I
to
was
be
there for the
there.
yeah.
You had to be there.
Um, okay, so what do you have? That was the last question on that, by the way.
You did
So
it.
good job. Um, you took about 10 minutes on that as opposed to two. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you're good.
I tried my best.
What do you okay, so I know what you have coming up tomorrow. You
Hmm.
have the 100 miler. Do you have your sights on anything else like after that, or is it
Yes.
just you're just locked in on
I've got
tomorrow?
I'm already signed up for a lot of races next year. So like,
Okay.
um,
What do you have coming up after that?
uh, I think it's 27th. It's like a couple days after Christmas. I got a 40-mile race in the Massanutten Mountains, Boyer's Furnace with my run club, Happy Trails. And then after that, I'm doing the C&O Canal 100 miler. That's kind of a crazy race. You just do the whole thing on the C&O Canal. It's part of the JFK 50-mile course. That's why I like it so much. It's like, it gets a pregame on the JFK kind of. And then What else am I doing? Old Dominion 100. I had a rough DNF there a few years back. I DNF'd a mile 85. So I've that's never sat well with me. I'm going to go back there and get that buckle. What
Right.
else? What else? I'm signing up for Jigger Johnson 100. Brutal race in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. That's going to be hard. Plan on doing Manitou's Revenge in the Catskills, another brutally hard race. I think the last time I did it, I got it under. I mean, I think the cutoff for that race is 24 hours for a 50 miler. You can do the math on how hard that is. And
Right.
Jigger Johnson's
Yeah.
like kind of like that also because like it's really technical and like for me, like some of the pacing in that is just straight up walking because for me, I could die. That's actually on Manitou's Revenge. At one point, I looked at the dude I was running with. I was like, "We might die here. We might not make it back."
This might be it for us.
Yeah. But you know what though? I look at it this way, man. I never want to die. I love my child and I love this world. And as dark and as bleak as it can get at times with like, shit going on with politics, dating, whatever, humans
Yeah.
hating each other. You know what? I like being here. But if I had to punch out running, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Right.
I think that's a beautiful way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Um, okay. So where can people follow you at on social media? I know you're on IG, but are
Yes.
you on anything else?
That's primarily where to go. It's find me, Breezy Trailhead at Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. I don't really like to get down there too much because again, it's kind of scary. I'm
Yeah.
on TikTok, but I don't really put stuff on there too much anymore. Yeah, mainly just Instagram. I mean, I write
Right.
a lot of race reports and shoe reviews, so you can see me on Believe in the Run sometimes when I review shoes. I'm on Virginia Happy Trails Running Club for trail races. I just wrote a race report for for the Taco Bell 50K, an amazing run here in DC. That's on the DC Capital Striders webpage. Definitely check that out. That was a surreal experience that I'm still coming down from, and my stomach is still trying to get over that cold crunch wrap I ate at like 7 in the morning. So
Right.
there's
Oh
that, man.
man. I
Crunch wrap supreme at 7 a.m. Cold as hell.
Yeah, that's crazy. Um, hey, thanks so much for listening to today's episode of Real Running Conversations. Your support means the world to me, and I truly appreciate you being a part of this community. If you enjoyed this show, share it with another runner who also might love it. And don't forget to follow us on all of our socials. And hey, if you liked what you heard, leaving a review really helps the podcast grow. So thanks again for your support, and we'll see you next time on Real Running Conversations.